Hey guys, it's pageant season. Hopefully, oh my god, I know. Just keep it at the ready because there's so many lookers that are out there. Oh, it could be tough to watch this video out there in public, but you got Ms. Netherlands out here breaking boundaries, smashing through glass ceilings, dicks all erect as the tiara gets placed on his head. Wait, what? Transgender model broke boundaries with pageant or beauty pageant win. And I think you all might have seen at least the picture that's out there. That's the dude who won. Not great. Not great. Like, okay, I understand. Like, even if it's passable, if it's one of those exceptional cases that gets thrown up on stage, if it's the best looking, if this is purely an aesthetics competition, if you've got all the requisite surgeries and you don't need to dig any deeper than that, and it's like you could understand a case to be made for a beauty pageant, but that right there, them chompers, what the fuck, man? You should at least get those filed down a little bit. Like, that's just the wiry big shoulders. Okay, like, there's nothing attractive about that at all. Seen some of the background players, and yeah, it's like, it was Miss Mid, or Mid Netherlands, whatever the fuck you wanted to call it. Like, it just wasn't a great crop. And some of those Dutch chicks, like your average Dutch chick, holy man. No, you got that passport bros movement, and they all want to go to South America to go see those weird-shaped Colombian chicks. But no, I'd be going to Scandinavia, okay? I want to go pillage some of those northern countries. Tap into about 75%, more specifically about 25% of the Ukrainian side, 75% European, but just go and tap into those old roots, heavy emphasis on the tap. If I was inclined to go do that, but, you know, passport bros, that's just big fucking cope because you can't get boxed stateside. Doesn't really much matter. They're still going to see a fucking mark coming, so you know what, hey, you might as well just, you know, hone your skills wherever you're at. But it's just hilarious how far the whole pageant business has fallen recently, at least within the past decade or so. Because yeah, growing up, it was one of those things that was on TV, but you know what, hey, as a young lad growing up, there was always one thing that I would look forward to when it came to those beauty pageants, and that was the swimsuit competition. And ever since they decided to drop that shit, and it's like, who the fuck cares about a beauty pageant afterwards? No, bitch, I don't want to see it fucking bang a triangle around. I don't really care if you can poorly play the piano. The only stick that I want to see you flipping is something that couldn't get broadcast on network television. So unless you're gonna go like the Iraq and such as, your fucking pageant don't mean shit. So yeah, you get exactly what you deserve. If you want to take all the sexuality, if you want to take any markers of traditional feminine beauty out of it, this was the natural extrapolation. You were eventually going to get a dude in drag up on the stage taking first place. And of course, a bunch of mid-trad thoughts are going to come out and go, oh my god, we got trans infiltration into the beauty pageants. This is terrible. I was like, nah, even dudes are better at being bitches than you. Haha. But don't fear though. Once again, like the 1930s, Italy's riding to the rescue. Spicy joke there. Ms. Italy defends decision to ban all transgender women from competing. You know what's sad? If there was actually like a real problem in these pageants where you have to go out there and ban the dudes from competing in the women's beauty pageant, if you thought that you actually had competition out there of guys playing dress up, like how fucking awful are these pageant queens out there? Anyways, Ms. Yes defends the decision. I will not jump on the glittery bandwagon of trans activism. Hey, shout out to her. She won. She wants to keep her crown. Okay, she doesn't want to have to box for it. Ms. Italy beauty pageant will not allow transgender women to compete in its contest, organizers have said. Ms. Italy patron Patrizia Miragelina said contestants must be a woman from birth, and the competition would not be jumping on the glittery bandwagon of trans activism. That comes after Netherlands crowned its first male-born winner of a female beauty pageant, 22-year-old Rick. I ain't gonna begin to know how to pronounce the rest of that shit, nor do I care. She added it was a little absurd. Beauty pageants were trying to attract attention by including transgender contestants. I don't know, you could just put somebody stunning on stage and a lot of people would pay attention and just go, holy fuck, you see, they build them like that? What the fuck? If you would have done that, people would have paid attention. But no. You just stripped away everything that was watchable about these pageants. But Miss Miragelina, the fucking pizza pasta, said that she was happy for the Dutch contestants if they wanted to include them. Oh, see, this is just the typical, and this is why women should never be in power of anything. Not even beauty pageants. Plant your fucking flag in the ground. Do you want dudes competing in beauty pageants or not? Obviously, if I was in that position, I would never want it or anything like that. But if I was there, I would say, no, it's a beauty pageant. Okay? On an aesthetic level, that is the one thing that women are better at than men. A 10 woman is better looking than a 10 man every fucking day of the week. done up perfectly, yeah. The most feminine of woman is going to look exceptional compared to the most aesthetically perfect dude. I don't know, just up the bar. How about that? But instead, what is this? Is this Miss Italy? It's like, she's fine. Okay, like, again, okay, we've seen just regular Italian chicks, and there are better fucking Italian chicks walking around. Maybe that's a bad picture. I don't know, but Lavina Habate, unironically, like, she's heavily made up, and that could definitely just be like a bad camera angle. Maybe just, I don't know, looks like it was shot on a fucking Nokia from back in 2004. But unironically, like, that's a 6. Like, she's fine. Above average attractiveness. She's in good shape. It's just not a flattering picture, and she's not that remarkable. And if that's the best that Italy has to offer, I don't think you're looking hard enough. Since it was born, my competition has foreseen in its regulation the clarification according to a one must be a woman from birth, she told Radio Kusana. Probably because even then, if it was foreseen that beauty could undergo modifications, that the woman could undergo modifications, or that a man could become a woman. Exactly, there's always been modifications, and depending on which ones, I'm very much I'm very much supportive of those modifications, if you know what I mean. She pointed out that women with tattoos, haram, piercings, super haram, and extensions, and fine with that, were allowed to take part in Miss Italy, but added excesses were not good. Now, man, if you got some little extra titty meat and you need to fill that out, yeah, it's totally fine, but BBLs are just always fucking trash. Netherlands winner, Rick, said becoming a woman was not easy for everyone, and admitted she suffered greatly from it. Yeah, exactly, so that you could go on stage and be the objectively worst candidate to be Ms. Netherlands, but still be crowned because you want to be stunning and brave. Fucking cut me some slack. She was so determined to become a girl that she changed her name from Rick to Rick. Yo, I thought that was just a fucking joke, like just a lame ass joke, and the first name that it could come to mind when I took a look at that. But really, you went from Rick to Ricky, and you think that it's fucking groundbreaking? Jesus. At the age of 11, convinced she was born in the wrong body. Oh my God. What is it, 26 now? So yeah, just all around the time when all of that gay shit was starting to go around and being pushed real hard. What's the worst thing that could happen? A whole bunch of people deciding to cut their dicks off. But it's so hilarious how all the outrage always seems to go from the guys becoming women and doing it better than the women, why all the outrage is always going in that direction. Very little outrage other than just abject support that, oh God, girl, you were just lied to when it comes to the detransition cases when women become men. It's just kind of weird how this outrage brokering works. Just things that I'm noticing. But yeah, there's Rick right there in a studio picture, and oh my God, I can't believe that we have to share tricks of the trade to figure out if we're looking at a guy in today's day and age. Because obviously the bulge is not pictured right there, but obviously you can see a lack of hips. Pretty fucking apparent right there, but the broad shoulders too. It's like, okay, yeah, not exactly filled out, but yo man, brother's T-posing and not even trying. But also whenever there's, extra shit around the neck, because sometimes, that big Dolph Lundgren blockhead that's up there isn't exactly the biggest giveaway, but whenever there's something to abstract or to draw your eyes as a neck covering around the collarbone to distract from the obvious Adam's apple that's right there, because you can definitely see the shadow. That's what you should look for, just so you don't get trapped or anything like that. Is that a phrase that the kids still use nowadays? But yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of the clawback when it comes to certain aspects of the trans barrage, but still think it's going to get worse, and we still haven't seen their side of the retribution on this when they start complaining to the people in charge who are all too sympathetic in order to just force them back in. And the women that'll just like Miss Italy in charge of things just going, well, I won't do it, and I wouldn't constrict anybody else operating their decisions. I'm just doing it over here. The classic suburbanite soccer mom opinion. Oh, I wouldn't like it in my backyard, but it doesn't affect me. Until it comes knocking at your door, very few of these bitches actually give a fuck. That's why I just want to see everything burn, so we could just come in with a whole new swath of leadership and set this shit correct. But until that point in time, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.